Hey everyone, welcome back to Hit Wicket, and today we're going to be doing a podcast for the upcoming Asia Cup. We're going to be doing a preview. We do have a guest star, Ifaz by today. It's going to be, we actually don't know how long we're going to talk for. It's cricket, it could go for a while, it could go for a short time, but yeah, we'll see. We'll talk quickly about Bangladesh. That'll be our major talk point actually, and then we'll talk a bit about India and a bit about Pakistan as well. And also a little bit about the other teams too, and how the whole comp will run and stuff like that. But as we know, the competition is going to be held in Pakistan and Sri Lanka, a bit of a combination thing. Majorly in Sri Lanka, especially towards the latter end of the tournament. But to begin, it's in Pakistan. So let's get a quick started. Let's go into Bangladesh. So I guess first of all, Ifaz bhai, how are you going? How's everything with you?
Thanks for having me in your show. It's an honor and privilege, of course. Always good talking cricket with you boys. Plenty happening in the cricket world, and as you know, Asia Cup is the battle for the Asian throne, right? It's good to be here. Thanks Nava and Naji for inviting me.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, we know how much knowledge he holds, especially towards any Bangladesh related thing. There's a lot of knowledge in that head. Don't worry about that. So I guess I'll shoot it back to you first. So let's go through a bit of Bangladesh. The squad was announced. Of course, everyone's announced their squad now, but yeah, the squad. How's it looking for you? Who do you think is a strong point? Who do you think might be missing that should have been there? What were your overall thoughts?
Yeah, no, I think it's quite a well-balanced squad. I mean, it's quite general if you look at all the names there. But obviously, I'm sure you guys know that Mahmoud Laria caused quite a stir in the media world and in the Bangladeshi cricket scene. He did deserve a chance because he's averaging over 40 in the last 10 games or so at least. Since the 2019 World Cup, if you see Mahmudullah's average and also even Shakib's average, if you see batting wise, Mahmudullah is still leading in that front. And I've mentioned in many of my videos that it's not that you're doing him a favor. Mahmudullah is a key man, given that there's experience, and even in the India series not too long ago, we've seen him sort of carry that innings along with Mehdi, and they won the series. So I think that was the only selection I thought was a bit iffy. But there's a bit of an injury cloud on the Bangladesh team as well, because Liton Das is still recovering from a fever, so he's probably going to miss the first round. And should Bangladesh not make it to the next round, then his Asia Cup's pretty much gone. And then Ebadot missed out as well because he's got a ongoing injury. So those are things that Bangladesh has to manage. So I feel, given all of that, I still be confident in what chances they have. But I think skill-wise or form-wise, Bangladesh is still okay. I mean, if you see the All India Super League, they're placed third in the table. The biggest challenge of Bangladesh is their dressing room woes, right? I think they got to get a grip of the dressing room. I think that's the first challenge. And I think for someone like Shakib coming into this leadership role, I think that will be his biggest challenge. I don't know if you guys have seen the interview with Tamim. It was quite evident that it is no secret that there is an issue. There's a feud between some of the players and the coaches, or Tamim and the coach, and etc. So it's never pretty having those, but also you got to keep in mind that Bangladesh does need the experience in big world events, especially Mushfiq, Shakib, Tamim, Mahmudullah. If should they get selected, all of them together in the World Cup, it will be one of the most experienced sides that goes into playing the World Cup. So those are things that needs to be looked into. I think if you tell me what are Bangladesh's chances in the Asia Cup, I honestly feel, if you asked this question to me 3 months ago or 4 months ago, I would have said they definitely have a chance of winning the Asia Cup. But now I'm a bit 50-50. I definitely think they can make it to the next round. But facing someone like India and Pakistan and adding that dressing room issues, I think
instability there.
And I think there's a mountain to climb there. But look, should the team find a new chemistry under the new leader, if Shakib can find a grip of the team and the chemistry, and the coach can get a grip of things, I think you never know. Bangladesh has played 2012, 2016, 2018. They've played the finals. So why not? You can't write them off.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's definitely a good insight for sure. I think Bangladesh do have a pretty decent looking squad, and as you said, there's a lot of utility players in there, a lot of players you can do both batting and bowling. And in those like dead subcontinent, like there's a few of those wickets, especially the Pakistan early on in the tournament. A lot of those wickets are very dead. Like as you've seen, they're very batting favored. So you'll need a lot of those utility players. Like you need more than 5 bowlers for sure, at least 6 if not 7.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, if you look at the pace attack of Bangladesh, that's definitely an advantage, right? Like, that's a key point for Bangladesh. If you look at the top order, Tanzim Hassan Tamim got selected because now that Liton Das is away, it's more than likely that he's going to make his debut in the ODI format. And then they got Naeem Sheikh, who scored like more than 1,000 runs in the domestic season, but hasn't quite fired in the Emerging Asia Cup. So he's a bit iffy. I personally feel his technique needs a lot of looking into. So you've got a very inexperienced top order, but then you got middle order, which has Shakib and Mushfiq. That's where I felt Mahmudullah was a key man. But then you got someone like Tawhid Ridha, who's obviously very new and fresh, but like he's, breakthrough into the scene has been brilliant. But it waits to be seen how long he can hold on to this form, because with the big events coming up ahead, I think this Asia Cup is an acid test for him, for sure. And Taskin Ahmed, hopefully he holds his fitness. Hassan Mahmood's doing well. Faiz has been a bit off, to be honest. Like you're not finding what you need from him. But we've seen Alan Donald actually work with him with some new variations and stuff. We've seen him bowl like the straight seam slower ones instead of the scramble seam ones. So I mean, I think the pace bowling attack's looking sort of good. That's like definitely a plus point. The spin's okay as well. Like you've got Mehdi Hassan Miraj and you've got Shakib Al Hassan. So I think all in all, it's a very balanced side, and no one can walk in and think, oh, we're gonna win this against Bangladesh. It's not gonna happen.
Speaking of Mehdi Hassan Miraj, what do you think of, I was going to talk to you, but what do you think of those two, especially I think Shakib and Mehdi will play a very crucial role with bat and ball. Like how do you think the impact will be in the tournament?
Yeah, I think the impact is, well, we all know the type of impact that Shakib always makes pretty regularly. He's going to be crucial. His experience, that he's sort of, gathered over his time is going to be critical in these sort of conditions. I think Mehdi, is again like a very good utility player. He's definitely both of them are key, because those sort of wickets you're gonna need like spin bowling, and you're definitely gonna need like Mehdi's role, like coming in lower at the lower end, like scoring quick runs, is going to be pretty crucial as well. So I think those two men are going to be very crucial for Bangladesh's chances, especially the middle overs in terms of the bowling. And they're going to be as crucial even in the batting too. But up front, I think definitely Taskin's going to be very important. The middle overs, those two guys definitely hold a huge role in overs 15 to 35, 40.
I agree with that. And I guess the final thing is, where do each of us think they'll finish? I think I'll go Super 4s. I don't think they'll make it to the final. I think India or Pakistan will take them. I think both of them will beat Bangladesh in the Super 4 stage, and they won't get out of that. But they'll they'll go past the group stage. I think that will happen.
I would say similar boat. I think they'd get out of the group stage, but not quite to the finals. Anything can happen though. But that's what my gut feeling is at the moment. I think they might be close to getting out of it. But it's good. It's always going to be a challenge to beat Pakistan and India, definitely. But I'm not writing them off. I think they still have a chance.
I think we are sort of predicting this, given the fact all the issues that's happening in the background of Bangladesh. That's why I said, if I went 3 months back, I wouldn't be saying this. But I also have to side with you guys. At this stage, I don't think Bangladesh will play the finals. But I hope I'm wrong. I sincerely hope I'm wrong. And, you never know. 1 or 2 good games here and there, and, they find their mojo. You never know. Cricket's a funny game.
I think it's definitely critical for them to get off to a good start, because short tournaments like this, you start off well, you can carry momentum forward, and it gives a lot of confidence to the team. Any issues that they may have will get forgotten about if they have good wins up front.
Absolutely.
First game is absolutely critical. If they get bowled out for 150 and the team chases a none down or something, that's going to
Yeah, that's...
And it's curtains anyway, because, you know, you got 2 games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So I think the start is key for them if they have any chance of getting into the finals.
Absolutely.
It's the calm before the storm. Things aren't